Well, Chris Hamrick, the former two-time holder of the CAPW Heavyweight Championship, maybe jumping the gun a little bit as far as the beginning of his third reign, as he prepares to challenge Double C Claudio Castognoli for the championship.
Tell you what, Joe Dombrowski, I think the crowd here at Turner's Hall tonight, they are split right down the middle as to who they will favor in this matchup.
Well, Chris Hamrick was a very popular heavyweight champion throughout a lot of 2005 and into 2006, but since losing that championship, I believe last February, we have not seen Chris Hamrick in a CAPW ring. He's been rather reclusive, has not appeared at a live event, obviously had to go away for a while and refocus himself on the prize he won so badly. That's that heavyweight championship, and he's picked now, tonight, to petition CAPW officials to get that rematch he so rightfully deserves, and that's what's brought us together here tonight.
That's right, Chris Hamrick, when he was champion, he faced all comers. It didn't matter who they were, how big they were, how good they were, coming down the pike, he took them all on. Nice drop kick, sends the champion out of the ring. And Claudio Castognoli, though, Joe, early on in his reign, but he has already demonstrated that he will be a fighting champion here at Cleveland All-Pro.
Very true, and Chris Hamrick, a veteran of some 20-some-odd years, but don't let that fool you. Chris Hamrick is deceptively quick and quite probably the most underrated man in this industry, anywhere, any organization, and he can fly and he can keep up with anybody in any age category.
That's right, Chris Hamrick, he's been the victim of stereotyping in this business for far too long. People say, Chris Hamrick, you're not big enough. Chris Hamrick, you don't have big muscles. Chris Hamrick, you know, it doesn't matter, Joe Dombrowski. Chris Hamrick can go in the squared circle. He can go in the ring where it counts. And if Chris Hamrick would have been born 6'5" and weighed 275 pounds, he would be a world champion 10 times over with his abilities.
Well, if he were born like that, that would have had to have hurt somebody, but be that as it may.
Oh, all right, Joe.
Arm drag, beautifully done, very deep by Hamrick, hip lock takeover. Claudio tries to return the favor. Hamrick able to sidestep and quick cover attempt, 2 count. Another arm drag, Chris Hamrick doing a very good job of controlling Claudio thus far. Claudio won the championship. I think we have some discrepancies in the middle of the ring. This matchup may be about to get a little bit more than just about the title. But Claudio defeated Adam Cage for the championship, and Hamrick hits hard. You can hear the smack of flesh on wood. Of course, Claudio defeated the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels and the American Dragon Bryan Danielson recently in a 3-way Iron Man matchup, and what a classic that was.
That's right, Joe, and I'll tell you, Chris Hamrick, when he lost that title belt to Adam Cage.
Claudio caught him coming in. Hamrick stepping between the ropes. Claudio hit him with a low blow, and just like that, Double C is in control.
Let's not forget, wrestling fans, that when Hamrick lost that title to Adam Cage, Claudio Castognoli was the 3rd man in the ring that day. And now it's come full circle as Chris Hamrick can get an opportunity to reclaim the belt from Claudio.
Hard slam by the man who hails from the United Banks of Switzerland. Cover, only a count of 1 as Hamrick kicks out very quickly. So you can see he's in noticeable pain in a very delicate region, thanks to Claudio's offense thus far.
That's right, uncharacteristic of Claudio Castognoli, taking a shortcut, taking a liberty so early in a matchup, but he knows he's in there with a true world-class athlete, Chris Hamrick, and he wants to hang on to that Cleveland All-Pro Wrestling title by any means necessary.
And Claudio cinching in with more pressure to that chin lock. The arm drops 3 times. This matchup is over just like that, but no, Hamrick is still alive.
It's going to take a lot more than that to beat somebody the caliber of Chris Hamrick. I'm telling you what. And Hamrick now, you can hear the fans in the background rallying behind him.
And charging in, but can you believe a guy who's about 6'5" can get that high of a vertical leap on a drop kick?
Claudio Castognoli, one of the quickest big men in professional wrestling. Very light on his feet, very agile. You can already see he's got that $1 million body.
Claudio drops an elbow, only a count of one again.
But he's also got $1 million worth of ability as well.
Right you are. European style uppercut from the European Castognoli. Hamrick hits hard on the buckle. Charging in with a shoulder thrust. Claudio about 250, 260 of solid muscle. Sends him to the opposite side.
Claudio really going to work on Hamrick here.
Look out. Hamrick up and over. Quick roll up here. Could not hold the big man down. Oh, Claudio had that kick scouted very well. Hamrick likes to use those feet. Now Hamrick going behind. Pat O'Connor roll. Claudio pushes him off. Hamrick gets tripped up. Another cover attempt. 2. No. Hamrick muscles out. Oklahoma style roll now. 2. Claudio escapes again. Great back and forth wrestling. Pinning attempts here. Psych out process. Call it what you want. These guys aren't letting up. And finally, a double clothesline takes both men down.
Both of these men have each other guessing what's coming next. Now they're both down in the center of the ring, and referee Bryce Remsburg laying the count.
Both men starting to stir, but nobody on their feet yet. You gotta believe this match is not gonna end in a double countout.
That would be a travesty, Joe Dombrowski, if a matchup of these two athletes ended such a way.
Hamrick now starts to fire away. The Bristol, Tennessee native with an enziguri kick to double C.
Chris Hamrick now seizing control of the matchup.
Certainly contrasting styles here. The rich, privileged Castognoli against the good old Southerner and Hamrick with about the hardest chops in this business.
Into the buckles goes the champion, gets the foot up, however, catches Hamrick, charging in.
Oh gosh, Claudio drove the knee right into the sternum and just drove Hamrick down, forced him to the canvas, but could not get 3, and you see Hamrick having problems breathing as a result.
That was a particularly vicious maneuver by Claudio Castognoli, effective nonetheless. Hamrick able to come back.
Look out, Hamrick, overhead neck breaker, beautifully done. Goes for the cover, 2 and no. Chris Hamrick within 1 second of being the first ever 3-time CAPW heavyweight champion.
Claudio ducks the clothesline and just planted Hamrick face first.
Twisting face buster. More impact than a standard variation, but cannot get 3.
Claudio Castognoli now dragging Hamrick up. Gets him to his feet.
We saw this, drops him from a torture rack position. We saw this at the 3-way, no. Hamrick somehow kicks out.
How did he kick out of that maneuver? I thought that was it. Tremendous maneuver there by the champ, the most money-making man, Claudio Castognoli.
Claudio used that move to a success in that three-way Iron Man matchup with Daniels and Danielson. But Claudio sends Hamrick in. Hamrick puts on the brakes. Vertical suplex, beautifully done. Gonna hang on to him here. Hits him with a modified Dixie drop. Neck breaker from the suplex position, gets 2 and no.
Ever so close to a brand new champion.
Okay, it's so great to see Chris Hamrick back in CAPW. Former ECW star, former XPW star. A man who's appeared on WWE television, TNA pay-per-views. Chris Hamrick has been everywhere. China, Europe, you name it, Chris Hamrick's been there. One of the most well-traveled men you'll find anywhere. And Hamrick buries the boot into the side of the face of Claudio, and a high-angle DDT spikes the champion, and we have 3 no.
That maneuver by Hamrick, unbelievable offense, pulling that one out of nowhere, dropping double C straight down on the point of his head. Came ever so close to recapturing that title belt.
And frustration maybe starting to set in on Hamrick here. Had to take a moment to regroup himself. Look out, reversal. Hamrick. The referee gets wiped out, and a super kick takes the champion to the outside. But Hamrick flattened Bryce Remsburg. And we need some control here. Look out! Hamrick goes for a tope. Claudio with that chair he used to walk up to the ring apron with. Claudio illegally using that chair, and Claudio's going to steal this.
Bringing Hamrick back up. He's got him all tied up.
Straight jacket, sit out powerbomb. He hits it. Claudio with two. No, he kicked out. Hamrick is still alive.
Remsburg just barely alive. Claudio Castognoli, the champion, complaining about a slow count, and I don't blame him.
Well, the referee is halfway to unconscious. Thanks to that miscommunication a moment ago, it was not blatant.
No, not blatant, Joe. Nevertheless, Claudio Castognoli can't help but feel somewhat cheated.
Look out, Hamrick has Castognoli set up. Pile driver, spikes him hard, compresses the spine.
Perfectly executed pile driver there by Confederate currency Chris Hamrick.
Watch out, what are we going to see here? Hamrick all the way up top.
Top rope leg drop.
Tennessee Jam, cover, 3-0. Hamrick a half second away.
And how did Claudio Castognoli find it in his being to
look
kick
at
out
that.
that maneuver?
Claudio just went downstairs on Hamrick. Remsburg was still too woozy to detect it. Claudio's going to steal this matchup.
Your winner is still CAPW Heavyweight Champion, Claudio.